Hello, and welcome to the Ladies' Diary. I am B, Boss B, and I am so happy that you're here. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to our little corner of the world. Ladies' Diary is a place where women from every walk of life come together to share their experiences, their perspectives, and sometimes even a little wisdom they've picked up along the way. That's the best part, right? Every episode begins with a letter. Sometimes it's about laughter, or sometimes it's even about heartbreak. Sometimes, it's a question, it's about a question that reminds us we're all a little more alike than we think. So, our hope is that by talking through life's challenges together, someone watching realizes they aren't walking through them alone. Tonight's letter is a little different, though. And I have a feeling it's going to make every one of us stop and ask ourselves a question we may not have thought about in a very long time. But before I can do that, of course, I have to say this. I've come to appreciate her wisdom, her heart, and the calm that she brings to every conversation we have. She reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength is simply listening with love. Please help me welcome my wonderful co-host and sister, Mama Lyons. As soon as my thing will work. I just dance every time I hear that.
Me too.
How are you?
I am fantastic. I had a wonderful day in the classroom with the kiddos. And back in the 8th grade saddle again. And
there we go.
Happy to be here with you, Boss B.
Amen. I'm so happy that this month has gone by so fast, though, right?
Yes.
And hey, it was a wonderful show last month. Bound to be a wonderful show this month as well.
Okay.
Oh, take it. I love you.
Thank you.
Now, I hear you got us a couple of wonderful ladies for our panel. Would you like to bring them up?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. So today we are joined by Kristen Hillier and Henry Koval. And
hello, ladies.
Thank you guys for joining us. It wouldn't be the Ladies' Diary if we didn't have our great guests. And this is what makes it good, having different perspectives and relatable perspectives, and just, just exploring what we get. So what did we get, B?
We got a letter.
Okay.
Another letter. And this one's going to surprise us a little bit because, believe it or not, this one's from a husband, not a wife, not a lady. Okay. That always brings a twist, right? All right, ladies, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear ladies, I've been married to my wife for 31 years. She's an amazing woman. She raised our kids, took care of our home, worked when we needed the extra money, and somehow always made sure everybody else had what they needed. Lately, though, I've noticed something. The kids are grown. We have our grandkids now. Life has slowed down a little, but she hasn't. She's still there, taking care of everybody. If one of the kids calls, she drops everything. If someone needs help, she's the first one there. If there's a problem, she's trying to fix it. The other day, I asked her what she wanted to do this weekend. She looked at me for a second and finally said, I don't know. That answer bothered me more than I expected. I realized I don't think she's asked herself what she wants in a very long time. Wow. Somewhere along the way, she became everybody's everything, and I'm not sure she remembers who she is outside of being my wife, our kids' mom, and now grandma. So here's my question. Should I tell my wife it's okay to just be herself? And if I do, how do I say that without making her thinking I'm trying to change who she is? Signed, a husband who's paying attention. Can I first just say, hooray, husband?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? Hooray,
Yeah.
husband.
Good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hooray, husband. Because, you know, not very many might want to say something like that, but they just don't know how to. At least that's my hope.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I love that he said he's paying attention.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would start with saying, as a woman, and maybe each of us can check in on this a bit,
Mhm.
how it would make me feel if a man said that to me, not a man, but my husband said to me, hey, I notice everything you're doing for everyone else. What about you? I would be so touched. I would be so
Mhm.
Right.
like, thank you that you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Um, but I think there's a host of other feelings that might come along with it. So I'm going to let Kristen or Cami check in on this. What do you guys think?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, I would feel the tender heart, the heart spot, definitely. I definitely think that I'd pause and honor that he was noticing me and say, I'll get back to you and come up with some ideas, because it's far and few between when you get asked something like that, especially this particular letter writer is, her identity seems to be wrapped up in the caregiving role, right? And so with that, she's probably needs some space to go, oh yeah, what else am I?
Hmm.
Because we're multifaceted people, so she's probably got to take a heartbeat and decide, like
Hmm.
what are the other things that I'm interested in doing, so that she can appropriately answer. But answering on the spot when she is that type of person, I think that would be difficult.
Mhm.
That's my feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. So I'm in the career world, have been for a long time, and wear that hat very much. My husband is the support factor for me. So we're a little bit of that reverse. Um, but I feel like so with this letter and realizing that, maybe she's extending herself too much and he's realizing that, wow, take a step back. I've been doing that for myself lately, and understanding that now that my daughter's older, that it's okay for me to be involved in a different way, and that my work life doesn't have to be everything. But it sounds like in this situation, it's a little bit more so that the family is everything, and taking that time for yourself. It's hard to do as caretakers. It's hard to put yourself aside and say, I need time for me. And I think to be able to realize that, and maybe that he can help her realize that, will give her some grace.
Absolutely. I love that.
That's
Give her some
beautiful.
grace. Yes. I
Mhm.
mean, because we all need a little, don't we,
Mhm.
ladies? I mean, not
Yeah.
just women either,
Yeah.
men too, but yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
And we don't have a lot of context, but in terms of age and
Mm.
stuff like that. But I also feel like, I mean, at some point, there's a returning to self. And I know I kind of blog about that a little bit, and I've been writing about that on my Substack. Just me personally returning to myself. And what that means is, um, over time we go out, we go through our lives, and I know Cami, Kristen, we've all talked about it back when we were doing Authentic Me. All of the different women groups we've had over the years, we've talked about how we the need to be authentic, because we give so much of ourselves. We start
Mhm.
to perform the way we think we're supposed to in these roles in our lives. And in some way we're abandoning ourselves. We're letting go of parts of us that are really important parts, our creative parts, our expressive parts, the things that light us up, we start to pull away from. And then we don't realize it until we're down the road in life and we're like, hey, well, it would have been nice if I could have done this, or whatever the case may be. And I think to have a man by your side that is saying, I see you. And my little friend, flying friend here, I see one takes one fly. That's all it takes. Anyway,
He sees you.
Speaking of authenticity, okay, didn't get it. But the
Game
point
for
is,
copyright.
so I just feel like something needs to nudge us. Someone or something needs to say if we don't see it. And I just think it's cool when a husband does it, or significant other or a family member or anyone that loves you, that says, I think I think you're working too hard. When's the last time you've pleased yourself? That's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that. I think that is amazing. That's why I brought this letter out, because this is a different situation. Us as women, we don't think that they're really paying attention. His honesty is admirable. Yes, absolutely. And hello to Patty, a friend. Hello, Bree Davis. And hello, Nisi. Hi, sister.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I personally, if
Mhm.
I think me, if I heard that from my husband, who I've been married to for 34 years now, if I heard that just come up to me, I would be all over it. I would be, yes, can I cook you dinner? What can I do for you? Thank you for noticing, but what can I do for you now? But see, that's kind of the same cycle, right?
It's the same.
Because
Yeah,
you want to do
Yeah.
for them because they've done that for you, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation with my husband last night. I've been in the role I'm in right now in a work perspective. My role keeps evolving and changing, and it's
Mhm.
been very frustrating and confusing for me. And he allowed me to say that out loud. And of course he allowed me to. I don't mean it in that way, but more so of
We get it.
the conversation went to that point of, because he asked me, he's like, you haven't really talked a whole lot about your position lately and what the work is doing. And I was like, yeah, here's why. And I just kind of threw it all out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then we talked further about, do I have an avenue at my company to be able to share that? And it was an empowering conversation, because I've been kind of scared to bring it up because it's a client interface and like, ooh, do I say that I'm confused and frustrated? But I was able to say that out loud today in a meeting because of that conversation we had last night. I felt empowered to be like, you know what? I'm going to raise my hand and say, I'm not sure what my role is right now. And I need someone's help in defining that. And the response I got was, yeah, you're right, but we're still figuring it out. So please bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a good response. I was nervous to bring that up, but kind of in that aspect of the roles that we play, that sometimes that support factor comes in different phases, in different ways.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even when we don't like that it's a pattern. We know we have the pattern of caretaking or doing the extra mile or whatever. And it's so much ingrained. Like, B, that was funny in jest. You said, well, actually, I don't think it was in jest. You said, hey, if my husband did this, I would want to cook him dinner. See, it's like autonomic. Like, I want to
It's a
do
cycle.
something. Yeah, absolutely. But that's okay. I think the key is put yourself in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in the rotation of being pampered. This is
Yes.
the part we forget.
Yep.
I mean, for years, I would spend money on my son's clothing to make sure he looked good going to school, make sure my mate had nice shirts or whatever the case may be. But whenever it was time for me to shop, it was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to buy for
Don't.
myself.
Mm.
You're like that now. And why is that? You know, that's why now I make sure I take care of I get my hair and my nails done. Even if I feel like I need those things
Mm.
to, because that's my thing. I know, Cami, you know, your hair is always on point. You
Thank
look, you're, that's the
Mhm.
thing. You know
Agreed.
what I mean? But it's a self-pampering thing,
Yeah,
and it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah.
You know.
I think I've mastered the caretaking for myself. Self honoring.
Teach me.
I've always been able to tap into all the things that I like to do and want to do. I make time. I've always made time for myself. So I haven't slipped inside the caretaking role too far. I am taking care of my parents, and that is a whole podcast episode. It's very interesting. I'm learning a lot of the statistics around caring for your elderly parents and anybody who needs medical attention and care. It takes on a whole nother
Yes, it does.
lens that it's not comparable to raising kids. It's completely different. It's
Mhm.
completely
Yeah.
different. Yeah. So, but from this letter standpoint, I thought it was interesting. I think I don't know if you have it handy there, B, but he said, "What should I do going forward?" And I think what he did is incredibly awesome. But I wouldn't keep bringing it up only like not in a like come on like naggy type of way. It just he opened the door and let her come around when she feels like it, but just kind of like the open door policy, like say to her, okay, I'm not going to keep reminding you that you need to take time for yourself, but it's an open door invitation, so whenever you do come up with something, I'm all ears. Right? Because she might be the type of person that's like, I know you're asking me to like figure out what I want to do, but maybe she just doesn't want to figure out anything. She might be exhausted. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Or what if she finds joy in it so much so? That's the piece of it too.
Yeah.
That,
Mhm.
that might be what lights her up, is
Yeah.
being that amazing grandma or mother or whatever the case may be. And I think, again, if I were able to have, and if he's listening, maybe he'll join my podcast or something. But I want to know, because from the male perspective too, how does that impact him? Yes, he's noticing it. Is that he's not getting the attention and the time that he needs? And I don't mean to turn it in a way of saying that, anything negative. I'm just saying that he's noticing, but how is it impacting him? Or is he in that rotation of being well taken care of, and he's just genuinely just seeing that she's not? From the sound of the letter, it sounds like she's there for him too.
Yeah.
It does.
That's
Yeah.
how I took it.
Yeah. Sounds like
I
it. Now
mean,
that I think
they
about
must
it.
be a pretty darn good couple to have him openly notice. I mean, and then write a letter to a show. Maybe
Yeah.
she watches or something, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's cool.
yeah, and I did send an email and tell him, "Hey, I'm reading your letter tonight." So maybe he's listening, and maybe we'll get another letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really hard without having him on, because I have like at least 10 questions.
Mhm.
Right? Right?
Like-
You just want to shake the man's hand, right?
Yeah. I want them both on a show.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how
First
did
of
you
all,
get
we
him
find him.
noticed? That's the only question I got. How did you get him to notice? We do that when we first meet. Well, our spouses or anybody else for that matter. There's a different type of person that we are when we first meet somebody, but that's because we want that first good impression. Well, they must have had spectacular impressions. I think it said 31 years. Let me see here.
Yep.
I do have it.
Yep.
Yes. I'm married
31
to my
years.
wife for 31 years.
Wow.
And she's an amazing woman. That's the first thing that comes out of his
That's
mouth.
right. So he's not
Mhm.
neglected. Mm-mm.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
He's appreciative, and it
yeah,
almost sounds like a little bit of in awe, and
yeah,
in an energy of how can I help her be in awe of herself?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Right.
like that too. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And since the Ladies' Diary is really open to speaking to women in general, we'll take it just for a moment away from this couple, but let's just talk about, you know, who who is it that, because I think a lot of women struggle with this period. We just do in trying to please and serve because we're nurturers naturally. But at some point, if you're looking back and you're wanting to give advice to a younger woman, how would she do it? You know, how would she?
Yeah.
What's the advice that has a woman maybe not put herself in that situation where she's giving more to others than herself? Or is that just maybe
Yeah.
a personality thing? I don't know.
I would like to weigh in on that.
Oh, good.
So, one of the things that I teach in my work and change, I'm a self-awareness coach.
Right.
Company is called Change by Design, and we do creative self-expression to explore exactly that. Right. So we treat the life that you are in now like an experimentation through creativity, and so the experimentation is, I wonder what it would be like if I did this, that, and the other thing, or if I changed this, and what kind of feelings come up when we start thinking about that. If we tend to feel like, oh no, I can't do that, my question back is, why not? Who's talking to you in the back of your mind that you can't, right?
Mm.
Uncover those layers of meaning making that you have, because those are the things that are keeping you from dreaming right, and going forward and doing new things. So if you treat life like an experimentation and a constant learning process, I always tell people I'm a work in progress. And so if people can take on that lens for themselves, you're always a work in progress, and you're trying this and trying that, whatever seems like that would be exciting, new, and fun, give it a go. And if you don't like it, it's not the end of the world if you pivot again and again and again. So
No,
That's
that's
good.
beautiful, Tammy. That's amazing, because
Yes.
I think especially as we get older, it's
Mhm.
hard to do those pivots.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm forced to do it in a work perspective, but in my personal life, it's difficult because you're kind of ingrained in, here's how I've handled things, here's how I've dealt with my relationships, and here's how I'm raising my child, and all these things. And then to have something come up and you have to pivot, it can be scary.
It's
Yeah.
super scary, and that's why I like to work with women, is to be able to say, this is like a test bed. It's private.
Mm,
You're not having to do the experiment
Mhm.
live and in person, right? It's kind of like an experimentation in imagination. What if I said this? What if I did that?
yeah.
What if scenarios definitely brings a level of comfort and protection about it being scary. And then they can decide or discern what they would like to do, and then take the next steps and stuff. So I just love the
Love
work.
that.
I think it's precious work, and it just, to me, it's something that we didn't get taught when we were little, and I'm trying to bring it back into the world.
That is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as
Too.
you're talking, Cami, I'm seeing a flower unfold. I have a vision of this beautiful flower that's opening up and revealing itself.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it reminds me of, um, as women really discover who they are, and realize what they do bring to the table of life and what they can do and how much joy it brings them. It's like me in the classroom seeing kids light up when they finally understand the lesson.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
same
awesome.
thing. It's
Yeah.
like it's a feeling like none other.
Yeah. It's like magic.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden something clicks and you're like, I never thought of it that way.
Mhm.
And that's so simple. I could do that.
Yeah.
I can really do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why
think to
do you
that
think?
point, there's, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, Kristen, you go. I'm good.
There's, I mean, with the conversation we're having here, it's making me realize that there's like this enlightenment aha moment that we have at a certain point in time in life. And sometimes you need guidance to get there.
Mhm.
Back to the letter a little bit, that maybe the wife needs some guidance to get there, to get to her
Mhm.
different aha. Um,
Yeah.
but that sort of enlightenment energy, I mean, I'm finding it later in life of what sparks me that's different than I've been so career driven for so long, and then family, and now it's like, woo, okay, my daughter's older. What do I do now? And trying to find that spark that gives me a fulfillment that is still caring for all the people I care for, because it's not a one or the other. Obviously,
Right.
it's more so of an enhancement of yourself,
Yes.
of what can I do for myself to even bring more back to those I love.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
I was
great.
talking to one of my friends recently, and I said, when I was young and I babysat, I was a rock star babysitter in the neighborhood. I was always the requested babysitter. And I thought when I was young, I was like, I'm going to have so many babies. I'm going to be the best mom, right? Because I just really thrived on taking care of the little kids. And then I got to like in my 20s and I was like, I don't want to be married. I went through this phase. I didn't want to be married. And I thought the ultimate like wonderful marriage is he lives in his house and I live in mine. Right. So I went through that phase. And then I went through another phase when I actually had kids and I was like, there's no way I'm staying home and being a stay-at-home mom. I loved my career. And so I went through all these evolutions. And so when I say my work is founded on experimentation, it's literally how my life kind of played out. Was like,
Mhm.
I thought I was going to be this when I was, 12 babysitting. And then I ended up being a teen who loved to do all kinds of creativity and stuff. And then I was a mom
Mhm.
and I thought, geez, I was wanting to have like 6 children, and now I'm like, I have my 2, and I'm good. I have 1 boy, 1 girl,
Mhm.
and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm an ambitious person who wants to do a lot of different things, and I wouldn't have known that about myself if I wouldn't have kept asking myself questions. What do I want? What do I want? So, like the letter writer asked, how do I get her to pay attention to what she might want? You got to give her some space so that she can listen to herself.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
Absolutely.
really good. That's so true. The phases that you go through, I didn't think about that. So, and that's what I said earlier about not having all the context, because, but then I think we have enough context to know 31 years of marriage is a long time.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely know that unless a woman is given the opportunity or someone holds a mirror up, they won't pay attention to the fact that they're not giving themselves what they need. So
Absolutely.
and again, I agree with you, Cami. Programs like Change by Design and things that you're doing and things that a lot of other amazing women are out there doing to help women awaken in that way, is so necessary. Because
Necessary.
sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you
Mhm.
don't realize that you're neglecting yourself, or not. Maybe not even neglect, but you're just not prioritized.
Yeah.
And I see. We also have to think about the people who have religious beliefs that say, you should not prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why women are in that situation, or live like that, because it could be their family, their culture, there's so many, you know.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I think our lens is American, and the way we do things in America is bigger, and
Yeah.
um, and sometimes selfish, sometimes selfless. It
Yeah.
just depends
Mhm.
on, but we have that freedom. And that's the part that we love so much is about being American, is that we have the freedom of
Mhm.
choice. But we also, have to seek out, um, we have to put ourselves out there, and we have to care about ourselves, and often we just don't, because there's so many people around us that need us,
Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
And going to the grandma stage. Well, Kristen, you're not there yet, right?
No.
Um, and well, and actually, you aren't either, huh, Cami? Yeah, that's not yet, but not
And
yet.
my sister, she wants to be a grandma so bad. She's got 4 boys, and she's like, damn it.
Aw.
And I'm just like, I'm okay if they come or don't come. But
Yeah,
yeah, I do love babies. When I see babies, I'm like, ooh, it's so cute.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they are cute. They're definitely cute, and you get to send them home.
Yeah.
But it is a different feeling altogether. But
Yeah.
it's another layer of caring for. It's like, it adds to the pie, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's a pie. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing, but it does add. Um, yeah, boss, you have grands, don't you?
I have one. Yes, I
One.
have
Yeah,
three
I have one.
children, all above the age of 25, and I have one. I keep telling them, look, I love this one, but I need more.
Oh, you how cute. See?
I love my baby girl. She is amazing, and I get to
Mhm.
spend almost every day with her, some
Oh yeah.
part of the day. So they live 5 minutes away, and
Oh, that's so
um,
nice.
they're just starting out and everything. She's only 4 years old. They're still trying to get it all together and get themselves a place. So I do the babysitting thing.
That's
But
nice.
yeah, I, and anytime, well, I guess I'll just have to do this. My granddaughter calls me Llama, and I
Mm.
have become no problema because I solve all the problems.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
No
think that's
problem.
one of the reasons why this whole subject got to me, because I know exactly what his wife is about, because I do the same thing. I think as women, it's just one of those nurturing things that we want to solve everybody's problem, especially for our children and our grandchildren and anything in between there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been married 34 years. I have 3 children, same marriage. I have 2 boys and a girl. My middle child I always said was going to be my payback, and it was right. He's the first one to give me a grandchild. But
That's so cool.
it's great. He's a good guy, and I love taking care of his daughter. And I like taking care of him and his wife, and them being 5 minutes away. But I do not stop and give myself any grace.
Mm.
That's why I said that sounds beautiful. That's what I need. Sometimes I just need to grab a hold of it and stop waiting for it to find me, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, you can find me now. That's the
Yeah.
time I should go out and grab it, because it's not coming to me.
No.
Yeah.
It's just not. We have to, as women, grab that for ourselves and hold on to it and find a way that we can work it in, because I have started doing things for me. And let me tell you, I feel guilty about it sometimes.
Mm.
If I'm in the middle of something so important that I really need to do, and it's not making money or something like that, I feel guilty because it shouldn't be more important than whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Because it's for me.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
part that gets me. I always feel guilty for doing those things for me. That's just
Yeah, I
me.
think it has to be in layers, B. And I
Mhm.
think that you have to do it. It's not something, and all, and for anyone listening, it's
Mhm.
not an overnight switch. It
Yeah.
just
Mm.
isn't. And
Right.
so programs like what Cami offers and anything that you do for
Mhm.
yourself, it's a gradual release.
Mhm.
It's a build the habit of,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, like I don't miss my monthly hair appointment. I don't miss my nail appointment. They're habits, the self-care habits, but it's I know how I feel when I do it entirely, but
Mm.
we have to give ourselves permission to pursue our own interests, to
Right.
even dream,
Mhm.
you know,
Mm.
it starts maybe within the mind before you're actually doing it. So, journaling, writing about what you envision doing. For someone listening who is like, how do I even begin? I think that's where you begin. Imagine it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Imagine a
Love
world
that.
where, you know what I mean? What do you guys
Mhm.
think?
Mhm. Yeah,
That's
I think putting it down on paper is amazing. Like when I journal, and I don't journal often. I I try, I dabble, I go in spurts. But when I do go to a place where it's really self-reflecting and what am I missing, I go there a little bit, which maybe isn't the best route, but what am I missing in my day-to-day that would fulfill me? And
Mm,
then I can do some retrospective searching there and realize that, oh, wow, maybe I'm missing reading a book or just going for a walk. Or it could be even the easiest thing of, I want to get up earlier than my family and have a cup of coffee by myself on the patio when I
right.
don't have to deal with anything. And a little bit of that just gives me space. I think that's one of the
Mhm.
things that I would like to say to some of the listeners out there is find
Yes.
your space. And it can be the smallest thing, it can be the largest thing, and anything in between.
Hmm. That's so good, Kristen. That's it right
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
Find your space. Walking is a really good one. I have to say that early morning walks is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cami, what would you say?
For me, it's evening walks. I'm a morning person. Um, I think a tip that I'd like to layer on to the journaling is journaling can be a purge of like here's what's bothering me or even the list of like what I want. It can feel purging. It's in the action, taking action and really investing in what you just listed in your journal and
Mm-hmm.
doing something about it. I think that's one of the biggest problems that I see with clients is they journal, and they'll tell me about their journaling, and I'm like, so when did you do that thing? I
Mm-hmm.
haven't done it yet. I'm like, okay, well, we're never going to be able to know if the experiment is good, right?
Yeah,
You need to
yeah.
Yeah.
experiment so we know if it
Mhm.
does really light you up. You're imagining this thing as being relief or a boost or an energy or something, and you don't try it. You just wrote it on this beautiful colorful page, and
Mhm.
that gave them some hope, but we don't live on hope alone. We've got to take
Mm.
some action. So
Oh yeah.
designing your life with purpose and intention.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Thank you
Oh,
for
I'm
opening
for
the
it.
door.
I'm for it.
Oh, you have your journal.
I got it right here, two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
now you got to
journal.
take action, boss. You got to take action.
That's my action. Yeah.
Just don't throw the journal, right?
Don't throw. No, but that is in alignment with what I say with my framework with Rise. It's reflect first, right? So you're reflecting and looking at everything in its totality and where you are. And then you're identifying what it is that you want or how you want to move forward. But you have to take a stand. You have to take a stand. And that's where, and then you're going to emerge different. So that's one thing I do love about my framework, is because it does pair the thought, the reflection, along with the action, and it applies through any part of our lives. Very important to do. And I do believe that you need supportive people. You need community. So I still am a big proponent of community. Find your tribe, find your people, find and a lot of times in some of the things that we could be doing, you even when you go to the gym or whatever, if you have a buddy, it totally makes it even better, you know. Kemi, you and your husband walk right together, don't you?
Yeah, we walk together. We haven't lately. I've just been a little bit too busy on my end, but yeah, when we walk together, it's nice. We take our little dog, our little mini golden doodle, and she's a joy. To be honest with you, watching her little, you know how you see their little dogs and their little face in the wind, and you're just like, they're so cute.
We love our animals on this call.
We love
Absolutely.
But I wanted to add something. So with action taking, what can get overwhelming is if you compartmentalize and say, oh, my journal came up with 10 ideas, and now you're trying them one at a time instead of figuring out how to integrate. So there's this thing called integration, where you can combine a few things into one thing and get even, triple value from it, right? So be creative in how you experiment with what you'd like to try and do. Yeah.
And be okay with the trying too. Like maybe you write something down, you give it a try. To your experimentation comments, Cami, of it's okay to experiment, try something. Maybe that wasn't as fun for you as you thought it was going to be, and that's okay. But at least you're putting that time for yourself.
Absolutely.
And there's so many things out there that you don't even know that whether you'd like them or not. I was taken on a date recently to a virtual reality thing, and it was so cool. I would have never thought of that. Like I would have never even in a million years, I would have never thought of that. But and it was just kind of a surprise. So getting there and then you're putting on the goggles and you're going through this whole really cool imaginary thing.
Wow.
That opens up a whole new world. Now I'm thinking about it and like, man, I would like to do that again. And that's really cool. So I think risk taking sometimes in allowing yourself to be treated. And if that husband's listening, it's a really great date idea. Maybe you want to pull her away from all those things by, doing something with her that's really cool. But that's a part of it too, is that sometimes people don't know what they don't know. And I have friends who never leave the house, who work, and hardly ever treat themselves, to anything. Because work, and I do think work can be the elephant in the room. Some people are just working way too much, and they don't have the balance. And Kristen, I'm glad you're working on that and figuring that out for you and for your family, because when you're in a high-powered position, or in leadership or any of those things, it can take so much from you. It really can. And balancing is not always easy.
Yeah.
We learn that. So I want to go do a quick roundtable. What part of yourself have you found over the years? What part of yourself that you discovered that you didn't know existed? That's a tough
Okay, I'll
one.
go first. I found that when us women, we hit menopause, there's this light switch in their brain that just makes them work right. I've gotten so much more technical, and I get into things that are just so much different for me. Since this all started, it's almost like I didn't realize I could learn this kind of stuff and actually retain it. And now I do. It's not as boring. I guess I found my slow speed. That's what it is, probably. You know, that I slowed down long enough to be able to learn, like with YouTube. 2 years, and here I am on top of a show, right? So apparently I learned how to slow down long enough to do what I'm doing right here. That's something I was really surprised, and still I get surprised with it every single day.
You're very talented. You're very talented.
Well,
I see it. Yeah.
I love you for that, but no. No, it's weird because this is not something I went to college for computer programming, not doing videos or editing or even writing a script or, you know, an intro for the Ladies' Diary. I didn't take classes for that. But what I did, I went to college for computer programming. In that process, I took all these writing classes and these things that teach me how to get into that technical mindset and everything. And that opened the door. And I guess that's the door that I found just 2 years ago when I started my YouTube. And then ended up meeting all these wonderful ladies that, you know, I get to bring on the panel and talk to and sit with my best friend, co-host sister, you know, and we get to talk about these things. Yeah. That was a light bulb for me. That was a huge light bulb. And believe it or not, a man helped me figure it out. Jack, if you're listening.
Wow. Yeah. It lights you up, Boss B. We can tell.
Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. Because I know I'm doing something that I love and that's actually going to be here when I'm gone.
Yeah. Oh, the legacy part is really cool. Yeah.
And it may not be the best video. I may not make more than $100 on YouTube, but you know what? In a few years, well, more than a few years, I hope, later on, when I'm not here, my granddaughter, who sat here and watched me on my computer, is going to say, hey, that's my grandmother. You want to see? And she's going to show her friends or, you know, other family. And that is so important to me at this stage. And finding that I could do this stuff, I mean, huge light bulb. Lit my face up and everything.
All right. Very cool. All right. Who else can name something that they've discovered?
I think for me, it's been refining my curiosity. I feel like I kind of went through, I majored in math. I got into business. I got into software development. I don't actually code, but I'm in the software development realm. It was always just like boom, 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 logic. And as I've gotten older and my career has evolved and my life has evolved with my family and all of that, that I have this newfound curiosity of what else is out there. And how can I learn different things? My husband is very politically active. He's always telling me different things I should read, podcasts I should listen to, and things like that. And I've found that I'm making time for those things and putting my curiosity out there of, you know what, I'm still a learner. I think I hit a point probably 15 years ago where I was like, oh, I've learned everything I need to know and I'm good. And like, no, absolutely not.
No.
And so I'm leaning into that a little bit more so, and just what that curiosity brings when I go into a new project, when I meet a new friend. It's kind of in all different facets, which has been really rewarding.
That's beautiful, Kristen. That's really cool. I love how that word, it just kind of really came alive for me in what you just described. So thank you for that. I think that's something that people should really think about. You know,
Mhm.
curiosity is, it doesn't just kill the cat. It that's
Mhm.
all we over here. But
I
the
have a
truth
lot of cats, so don't kill the cat.
don't kill the cat. Don't kill the cat. That's all I ever heard of the kid. Curiosity killed the cat. And that's that programming
Mm.
where it changes
Hmm.
your view and the way you see something,
Yeah.
because curiosity is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But
Right.
think about young people when they're told that, because they're observing and they're asking and they're snooping. Oh,
Mhm.
curiosity killed the cat. Yeah, I'm starting to really realize a lot of the things that was said to us, our
Yeah.
generations, were not
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Cami, what about you? What part of yourself have you found again?
It's a hard question because I've been many different people. I've evolved a lot, as I kind of alluded to
Yeah,
earlier.
that's true.
I think one of the biggest evolution is coming into my own this business that I have
Mm,
is I think a very common thing for people who get their midlife. So we always hear the midlife crisis, but there's more than the crisis. There is this kind of an awakening of like, man, I didn't know it all when I was 20 and I thought I did. You know, the whole phase where you at
yeah.
least I think a lot of people go through the phase of like, I finally figured it out. And we stay in that kind of vacuum of our own making for a while
Mhm.
Yeah.
until we're like, we keep bumping up against things that shake us out of it. And then we realize, you know what? I'm never going to figure it all out and I'm never going to have it right.
Right.
And so, if anything, that is the catalyst that jumped started my business was design your life with purpose and intention was not to anchor into something and and not pivot. It is design it evolutionary, right? Each iteration of your ahas that you're getting, you're not just having a one-off aha, you're saying, aha, now what can I do with it?
Mm, mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Because too
Yeah.
many times we go, aha, and 2 days later, what was that aha?
Right.
Oh
Mhm.
crap, I can't remember what it
Right.
is. But if we integrate it into our knowing, it
Mhm,
becomes this richer life
mhm.
that we watch unfold, and it's very interesting, and I think it happens in various stages. I mean, it's not 50 years old and boom, it happens. Sometimes it's 40, sometimes it's, it can be earlier, 30. But I think
Mhm.
a lot of us who have lived
Mhm.
tumultuous lives, especially, we start to go, you know what, I'm going to stop trying to think that I have it all figured out
Mhm.
and go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it and experiment and try different things and learn from everything and everyone.
Love
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I was, as I was thinking about the question myself, um, I realized from being in the classroom and teaching that I think my word is empathy.
Mm.
I
Mm.
have really found a I think I was always empathetic with people, but and feeling what people were feeling, but I now see it as a superpower, because I realized that with having being able to empathize and relate, it allows you to judge less. It allows you
Mm.
to embrace people that need to be embraced, and and show up at the right time in the right way. And I believe that as a teacher, it has become my superpower with young people. And I mean, we're week 2, and I've gotten 2 beautiful notes from students saying, they always say, Miss, you're my favorite teacher, but this was saying, you've helped me to. One young lady just mentioned that she would love to be a book author one day. And I said, well, I can help you get it published. And she's like, to her, I mean, as a 13-year-old, you can help me publish a book, right? And but I could feel her desire to do this thing. And so I'm really appreciating that about myself, that I am able to do this and not taking it for granted. Because I think we all have superpowers, but some of us don't know what they are. Some of us don't exercise our superpowers. Some of us are avoiding our superpowers because it comes with big responsibility. But
Mm.
at this stage in my life, I'm like, this is so cool that I can embrace someone's need or experiences and help them in some way, you know. And I think it took me years to get there, but the superpower was probably always there. I was just too distracted by my own issues, my own
Mm.
stuff, to even realize that, hey, you were wonderfully made to be able to do this thing for
Mhm.
others. And now I'm embracing that.
Yay.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's awesome.
That's great. Love it.
6:56 p.m.
It's been a great conversation. It's been a
It
Yeah.
really
really
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
hope we're helping someone. I hope
oh,
women
me
are
too.
listening and being helped now and in the future.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, this has been an amazing show. And can you believe it's been a whole hour?
That went by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It-
always does. Yeah. I wish it wouldn't because I enjoy this very much. I think this is
Mhm.
something else that I've found is I didn't have enough women to talk to about anything like this. So
Mhm.
this has really opened that door for me. So again, ladies, thank you so much for this. This has
You're
been
welcome.
an
And thank you.
amazing
Oh, thank you for
conversation.
the space. This has been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
Looks like
regulars. You're Hall of Famers. We will call you back. Just understand that.
at will.
Don't be surprised when you're called again and again. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're regulars. You two are regulars.
Yes, absolutely. Your insights are
So
so
we
greatly
appreciate you.
appreciated. Yeah,
Did you notice
absolutely.
me the Cami? It was great because Cami was on one side of it. Kristen had that experience on the corporate. I mean, it's like we had the perfect the
Yeah,
perfect combo
yeah,
to be able to share with our listeners. So I'm
yeah.
super grateful for you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Amen.
being willing to
Thank
join.
Amen.
you.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and close up this show, but I would like for you to stay back just for a minute so I can thank you properly. Okay. So, before we say goodnight, though, I do want to leave you with one thought. If tonight's conversation stirred something in your heart, don't ignore it, please. Sit with it for a little while. Ask yourself the hard questions and don't be afraid if you don't have all the answers. I think we really covered that. That was the part for me that was so special because I don't have all the answers, but I know somebody out there has had that situation before, you know? And that's why we come together for Ladies Diary every month because I need help, y'all. Don't we all? I mean, in some situation, there's situations that you've never had before. And this for me has been amazing because, yeah, tell me how to get my husband to notice me like that. But okay, thank you for spending this time with us. Thank you for trusting us with your stories and sharing with us all your information. You know, the Ladies Diary is family, and you are family now. as Mama Lyons was saying. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and remember, your story isn't over yet. Okay? Good night.